Hey, thanks so much for being here. My name is Mike Latuka, and yes, I'm the founder of The Best Chapter Yet. It was only for me 10 months ago that my wife of 15 years decided to take off, having thanked me for building her an incredible business and having raised her son from 3 to 18. She no longer needed to be married. And you know what? At our round tables in Thailand for the retreat over cigars and brandy, we could all have the pity party and share the stories if we want. But I am in a place where onward and upward to far better and bigger things. But that's my very brief story. I became so disgruntled, so upset that in my 60s, I find myself all alone. My biological children, are all grown and have their children, their families. They're busy, right? Just like I was once upon a time raising them, right? So I don't expect much of time with them. So I sat with them and I said, "Hey guys, here's what I'm thinking," and I'm thinking of moving abroad. This was before I honed in on Thailand, and I'll get to that in a moment. I said I'm thinking of doing 3 months in one country, three in another, three in another, and then in between all of those, coming home for 2 weeks and spending quality time with you guys, scheduled quality time, as opposed to hoping we get to see each other when I was living relatively close by. And my children all said, "You know what, Pop, you got to do it. You got to do it. You've been a dad for over 40 years, and you've always put everybody first. You've taken care of everything and everyone. It's time for you to go be you." And I was so happy with that answer, even though I was going to do it. It didn't hurt to have the buy-in of my children. Certainly, right? It was very kind and so appreciated. But I was doing it anyway because I was like, you know what? This last chapter is mine. I've got no rope around my neck. I've got nobody that's going to be telling me I don't want to do this. I don't. Right? No, there was going to be none of that. It was going to be 100% about me, without compromise, zero compromise. I just wasn't going to do it. So I went back over the 16 countries that I had visited, and what stood out the most for me in those countries. I went over that list. I'm a list guy, pros and cons. I do all that. Maybe you do too. I don't know, but I do, which will benefit you here in May for our retreat, by the way. So I had my list, and having gone back over my thoughts of those countries, and the one that stood out the most was Thailand. I remember the social aspect. The people were so kind here. I was only here for a few days, and that was 30 years ago. And but I remember the peacefulness and the traffic, as crazy as it is, it's like a polite chaos. Right? There's no road rage. There's nobody flipping the bird off at anybody. Everybody's doing what they do, that's being done to them, that they're doing to others. And it's just it's a system here. So for me, I was so impressed with the kindness of the people that was a very compelling reason to come take a closer look. And the economic piece as well, because if it was an expensive country to exist in, that certainly wasn't going to work because, again, I've divided my stuff, right? How many of you have done that, right? So, so I came, spent a month, and it was so wonderful. The peace and serenity that I felt. Now, I'm not a walker. As a matter of fact, as a former Marine, the only time I'll run now is if I hear sirens. Okay. I am not running. I am not. So at home in California, I don't walk anywhere. Here, I was walking 20,000 steps on average a day. And that was because I wanted to. I would wake up, go down, and just walk and learn things, go down to the river, jump on boats, right? And get on the metro, get on buses, and just experience Thailand in Bangkok. Um, the longer I was here, the more I loved it. I started to meet young ladies. I started to meet people in general, families, and just connecting with people. And it became the exact emotional distraction that I needed to move past all the drama that had just ensued. So this retreat that we're doing in May, it's a result of my believing that there are many people like me that are so upset at the system, so upset at how uh, us as Western men take care of our women so completely. And I'm not saying everybody, and you know what? And what I'm saying about women is not every woman, but by and large, the experiences are very similar. Where we are taught to provide and provide at a very high level, right? And to spoil and take care and do all those things, which I always loved doing. I did, I really did, and I did it well. We had some great lifestyle. And to find that there was zero appreciation for it, and the ability to turn off that marriage like a spigot drove me insane. Like, how do you do that? And who does that? Right? And then here I was all alone. So for me, this retreat is a way for me to share with other men that are so disappointed, so unhappy, miserable in their current life. They don't see a path forward. They're not sure how to get out of their own way. So, as a former Marine, I got you. This is what I do, right? I handle situations. I'm here now. I'm back here. I went home for 3 weeks, had a knot in my stomach. And it became clear real quickly why. Because I wasn't here. Pardon me. So I booked a ticket the next day. And within 3 weeks, I'm back. I've been here now 5 days. I'm here for another 26. And what I'm doing is I'm working specifically on all the logistics, all the fine details, right, that you would expect that a Marine's going to do, right? Because what I love to do too, guys, is I love to under promise and over perform. So, and to me, it's everybody else. I let everybody else over promise and underperform, right? But success in business, success in anything comes from not overstating what you're going to do, but overdoing what you state. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing at this retreat. We're going to have sessions during the day. First of all, you're going to wake up, have a beautiful breakfast, and then you're going to get a massage every single day, a 1 hour traditional Thai full body massage. Then we're going to have a classroom session for an hour to an hour and a half. We don't want anybody having to fall asleep during the class, right? But it's going to be compelling information. It's going to be information that's going to cause you to go, huh? What is that? That might be that's interesting, right? But on so many different topics every day, different topic. And then at nighttime, and then during the day, we're going to go out in town, cruise around, have lunch someplace. You guys are going to be on your own for a bunch of hours and relax, enjoy, socialize, meet. And then in the evening after dinner, I've got a VIP section of a rooftop bar that's going to be closed off just for us. And it's called Above 11 Bangkok, world famous rooftop bar at the resort that we're staying at, which is over the top. Okay. And we're going to sit there, and they've allowed us to be able to smoke cigars, cigarettes, drink some brandy, and just chill out and discuss what we learned for the day. What did we experience today? And be able to share that information. So for me, I believe that the camaraderie of all of us coming together is going to create newfound friendships, but it's also going to open up a window to what's possible. Because I'm telling you, I'm living it. I am living it now. I am here. I've met somebody who's wonderful, and I'm spending as much time with her as possible. And that has caused a tremendous relief and excitement to exist, right? That is that distraction to move us from zero back into the game, right? That's all it takes is somebody to care about us. That's all it takes, right? Is to meet somebody that is kind, appreciative. You take them to dinner and they're so grateful. Right? When was the last time that happened for us back home? It's expected. It's mandatory, right? So for me, I love the opportunity of building businesses. I've built many businesses over the course of my life. But in this case, I still love the opportunity to build a business. But what I love more is how many long term friendships can we create where we have changed lives by you sharing your experience with others, right? And us having more retreats. Because every retreat, first retreat for first timers, It's followed up with a second retreat, which is more advanced, and then a third retreat, which is even more advanced. So it gives you the opportunity to plug in at a very serious level if you decide to. Some of you may say, I'm just going to bounce over there once a quarter for a month. Cool. That's what I'm doing until I sell everything, and then I'll be here. Right? So it's not about having to move here. It'll explain to you the benefits of moving here. And they're vast, eye-opening, life-changing, and it will be absolutely your best chapter yet, as it is mine. So thanks for listening. Come on to the retreat. And what we're doing is we've opened it up. If you get involved before the end of January, which I know is just around the corner, 2026. Where are we? We're on the 22nd, I think it is. Oh, no, 26th. Next week. Let's extend it out. I'll have my guys do that in the back office. We'll change it to the 15th of February so we can do calls or whatever, right? And get involved. What we're going to do also is for everybody that says yes, that has clicked the link and joined us and is going confirmed to Thailand with us, I'm going to be doing weekly Zooms, right? So you get a head start on a lot of cool things before you even get to Bangkok. And that'll be very fun, very interesting. Share this with your friends, guys. Go to thebestchapteryet.com. New site. We just got it up and running. Got some great information. But there is kindness out there. There is appreciation out there. Nothing I'm going to teach you is hypothetical. I don't do that. I'm teaching you. I'm here right now in Bangkok. I am going to be teaching you exactly what works. But more importantly, I'm going to teach you what doesn't work. Right? So the analogy I like to use is it's a road with big potholes. I'm here filling in all those potholes so you got smooth sailing by understanding the culture. Eastern men versus Western men. What's the difference? Why are we so attractive to the Eastern women? And what's the difference between the Eastern women and the Western women? When you understand the psychology behind everything I'm going to teach you, it's going to click. Boop. And your life will change. So come on, let's have a great time. We're limited to the first 20 people, and I hope you join us. Thanks.